Hi everyone. So, I've been guided to come and film the video at 4:18. So if you're an OG around here, you'll know that that is a sign for union because my birthday is the 18th of April and my frequency holds that union energy. And the way I worked that out is my birthday adds up to the Four of Wands, a union number, and I'm here to bring in the unions. It's very common that now, this isn't so I get a rush of bookings because I'm actually having a bit of a break until mid-March. But it is true that it's not uncommon for people's twins to text them while they're on a Zoom with me, call them. I remember doing a group Zoom once and someone's twin actually appeared at their door. That wasn't, as wow as it sounds. Like they were in some form of regular contact, but I think at the time she was amazed because they hadn't seen each other for like 3 months or something. Like they live quite near each other. Um so anyway, but yeah. And also I don't know why I'm saying this, but someone maybe it's because all the new people. And hello, welcome if you're a hashtag newbie. And hello my OG hashtag oldies. Nothing to do with age, that's just how long people have been around. Yeah, the other amazing thing that happens is people don't always notice it right away, but if you've been on my radar a while or they think about it, many people get back to me and they're like, I was in a bit of confusion over who this person was to me, and basically after finding your stuff on YouTube, or I just looked at 144 when I said that, and that's who I'm here to help. I'm here to help all the twin flames. So, basically, yeah, like, after that, or definitely with connecting with me one to one, that people, they get that absolute crystal clear clarity, which is also, it's funny, that is another level of my business. But basically, it's, people can see clearly, basically, and that's what clear means. And it's quite funny. Look at that it's on that thing on that box. There's like a diamond, and I often use that when I say things about seeing clearly or whatever. That's also my birthstone. So I just said that 222, so that is quite funny. It's your birthstone too if you're an Aries. But again, different things say different things. But anyway, I'm sounding actually very chirpy for how I thought I was going to sound on this video. So, again, it's hard to describe what I mean by that. It's not like I don't feel like really sharing it. I just feel like I can't be arsed talking a lot. So I'm just going to have to work with that feeling. Again, it's like I know I can see why it is for where it's going into my chart. And basically in my dreams last night, I was getting a lot of insight into, basically I feel I'll probably be doing a lot of shorts where it's like, I'll experiment with maybe writing out the message, like rather than speaking it. But if I need to speak it, it's fine because it's only 60 seconds. But I think I will be doing that. And like I said, doing a lot more of my written channel in the community tab. So check out the community tab. I'm just spraying some Florida water. Yeah. So what was it? Oh yeah, and I didn't say what I was going to say. So everything I do is channeling, healing, and clearing energy. So although I'm using a lot of cards, I don't need to use the cards. So like I say, all the things I'm going to sort of say to you now, I've made a note of in my phone, which I don't always even do. I can sometimes just say it just standing here. But because there was quite a lot, I made the notes so I didn't forget. Although, like I said, they do remind me in the moment because it's just God speaking through me, guys. It's God and the guides. It's my guides. It's your guides. Sometimes it's your loved ones in spirit. Sometimes I don't even fucking know it's your loved ones in spirit, and you'll be like, "Hey, my granny always used to say that," or "My best friend used to say that," or "That was her favorite song," or what was I going to say? Yeah. So just if you're on the twin flame journey, I'm sure you've been guided here for a reason. If you're new, and if you're not on the twin flame journey and you like what I do and you like everything, then yeah, you're welcome as well. So, but and you let me know because I want to know when that shift is taking place, where it's different sorts of people tuning in. That shift is taking place. That's kind of funny wording, isn't it? There is a definite shift taking place, right? So this is the one from yesterday. So I'm just going to put them back. In fact, I might just pause this while I tidy up. Like I said, I just looked at 441, 144 backwards as well. So like I said, the very fact that I was guided to come and film it at 418. It wasn't 418 full transparency by the time I felt. I think it was maybe 419, 420. But you know what I mean? It was the fact that they were like, you need to go and film this now. It does tell me that there is there definitely is imminent unions coming in, and like I always say, it's not for everyone, because I am picking up on a collective of masculines that are really, really not doing good. Like, again, and going by what I just posted in the community tab, like feeling a bit lost, going through a spiritual awakening, perhaps having people talking about them quite a lot as well, or gossiping because of the changes that they're seeing in the person I'm feeling. And remember, you could be that person regardless of your gender. And then there's a collective that are past that, because right after I posted that, Michael Bublé Feeling Good came on. So again, it's a bit like when I say, like, if you're on the receiving end of Divine Feminine and you're kind of like a bit kind of, it's all a bit of a mystery, it's meant to be that. Not only are you meant to be a mystery to the Divine Masculines, and like that might sound a bit weird when you've got people doing what I'm doing and other people doing that, but you still are a mystery. Arguably, actually, a lot of other people out there that do this are more of a mystery than me, because they're not as open. And I rarely ever come across anybody that is open as me on this journey. I'm not going to say never, but I'm struggling to think, like, right now, like, I just, because, you know, there is only one me, so nobody does it like I do. But what I'm meaning is, like, I just don't really ever see anybody going that raw about it. And that's fine. That's just not what their soul wanted to do or was meant to do. But my soul is. But like I said, it does get a bit, that's quite funny. I'm saying that card because it's like, you know, exposed. I mean, obviously she's did, but it's like, it does feel a bit at different parts of my own astrology and different parts of the year, it can just start to feel all a bit overwhelming for me. And that's where it's going into my chart. And it's like, but I really do feel they're channeling the energy to me of where a lot of Divine Masculines are feeling. Now I've got my, I've got the archetype deck that I've wanted for ages, but I just didn't feel like filming one yesterday because I'd already filmed it. So I know I didn't actually end up publishing the one that I'd done for myself, but like, to be honest, I have watched it a couple of times, and it's not like, I feel it would help. I feel it would help people, so I will publish it at some point. I'll just feel into it. I usually just need a couple of days, and then I'll just publish it. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this. So, what am I going to ask? Will I just do the same as... Oh, right, wait a minute, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to read the notes on my phone. So, again, if you're new, if you just bear with me, because this is part of it, right? This is just as important as when I'm using the cards. Like I said before, the worst insult you could give me is call me a tarot reader. No shade to tarot readers, right? I love tarot, I love oracle. It's actually oracle that I like more than tarot, to be honest. But, because I could just, anything is an oracle to me. I can just pick things up and start reading it. But, and that's what made me laugh. I did pull one of the archetypes cards for the shorts. I was actually in my bed. And that's what I think they're trying to tell me is, OGs around here, remember when I actually used to do some lives from my bed? Like this time last year, I was actually doing a lot of live streams from my bed. So I think that I might do that, like, for the next, you know, till sort of mid-March. Not all the time, but if I feel like it, I think I might just, yeah, if I do any kind of live, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it was from my bed. And I'd like to be like, oh, that's because it's freezing, but it's actually quite mild here today. But the temperature goes up and down. But yeah, it's more just to do with the fact that I need a bit of a rest. I'm hiccuping now. That's when I'm transmuting energy. So yeah, no, what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I'm a lot more than just reading tarot here. You know, like I said, I'm a bridge, I'm a channel between heaven and earth, a shaman and a medium and all that, and it's, yeah, anyway, blah, 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 a healer. A healer is the thing that, if I had to pick one word, a healer, and then all the rest comes after it. So, this is where it's going to go all over the joint here, and we'll just see where it connects, but I found that King Arthur film that I absolutely love. I've seen it, you know, I channeled about it last year, and I kept meaning to watch it from the start because it's in my recordings. I hadn't done it, and so it was just on the movie channel, so I ended up just catching it where it was. And it was at a really poignant bit of where he goes to, you know, face the bad guy. I can't remember what he's called. But it's powerful because like he's given the snake medicine, you know, to be able to do it. Now that is powerful because of if you've heard me channel about the connection that I've got to the Oracle of Delphi and the Pythia and all this kind of stuff, it's like, you know, I work with snake medicine. Because although, yeah, when I'm channeling, sometimes a snake on a card can be like a snake in the grass, a bad thing. Snake medicine's very powerful, potent. It's, you know, it's Scorpio energy to me. It's very sexual energy as well, like Kundalini stuff. And that is absolutely part of my healing. You know, my North Node in Gemini is very connected to that kind of energy. And it's my destiny, yeah, to help bring twins together in union. But remember, twins, sacred union, like the sex that gets, you know, that is connected to twin flame sex is very sacred and very, yeah, like very healing. So we got healing sex, guys. So don't be giving that healing sex out to just anyone. Do you know what I mean? Because there are people out there that will want to siphon your energy. So again, it's yeah, so I can already tell it's like that, and I looked at 11:11 when I've said that too. So that maybe that's an awakening that some people are having out there, yourself or your twin, is wow, like I really have taken on other people's trauma when I've connected with them like that, and it's I was having a really powerful conversation with that last session I done. So keeping it anonymous, but you know, I was just basically saying about that it's like, you know, when I woke up to just how deeply I personally feel about all of that, there is a bit of grief that comes with, like, you know, the times in your life when you were a bit promiscuous. And again, I'm not gonna lie, guys, compared to most, I was a bit kind of, I was about to say a bit angelic with it, but I mean, I don't think that's the right word, because I did definitely have my times of getting too drunk and fumbling in the dark with folk that wasn't the love of your life and all that jazz, you know. Again, most people have, a lot of people haven't, I might add. And I've got deep respect for people that really have, you know, that really do protect their sexual energy and in a big way, and always have done. And that can, a lot of the time, a lot of people can do that through religious beliefs, but not always, you know, because like I said, I always have a lot of conversations with people about, you know, with my Saturn and Scorpio in the first house, you know, Saturn's very about serious, it's commitment, it's, and Scorpio is, like I said, sex, it's other things, but it's that I feel that's why I'm kind of like that. I'm like, I'd rather just, I either want to be myself, because there's a loneliness aspect to Saturn, or solitude, because lonely is different from solitude. Solitude is when you're choosing to be yourself, like I am the hermit in the tarot, you know, because I'm born on the 18th, and then that adds up to the 9, which is the hermit. So I'm the moon and the hermit. So you are too if you're the 18th. If you want to be, you don't need to adopt that, but it makes sense to me. And but then, you know, the day that I was born, the whole date is the 4 of Wands, the union number. So, and even translating that, like, look at that, like, that's my own thing. I'm like, they're telling me that. It's like, by me choosing to spend a lot of time alone, healing in hermit mode and solitude, and then coming back and teaching what I learn from the divine about inner union and union, that's my purpose. You know what I mean? To go deeply inwards, to tune into my intuition, to hermit, and then brings people in union. And I know why they're getting me to say that, because when it is the right time, or when I'm guided to talk about that more, and I feel that might be some more of the content that I will be bringing into the paid platform, you know, in the next sort of month or two, or, you know, because I'll bring it in increments. Keep using that word lately, increments, so maybe somebody else is using that a lot, but you know what I mean, I'll bring it slowly in, not to overwhelm myself and overwhelm others, and about how much the divine feminine actually does need to hermit, because it has been an interesting experience. It still is an interesting experience for me to be somebody that walks outside every day by the sea, to now it's really not like that. You know, I do go outside when I'm guided to, but I've spent a lot of time indoors. I just looked at 1441, and I do believe it is for good reason, when I'm transmuting the collective energies, but also that will be helping that will be helping my twin as well. But I feel it's got more than to do with just being him. It's to do with like what I'm helping other people with. Anyway, that's really deep, right? Okay, so anyway, I found King Arthur at that bit, right? But watch the film because it's absolutely brilliant. Like I said, those films are something I'd be like, well, I'm not watching that. That's a bloke's film or whatever. But I'm more open minded, over the past years because I end up really loving these films. But I've said before as well that half of me thinks look how I even said that, half of me thinks. But yeah, half of me does think that I'm watching films that my twin flame likes. I might be wrong. He might not like things like this at all, but I'll find it one day. But either way, I'm liking these things. But it's all about he's like, I'm not worthy kind of feeling of, being the guy that's the one that's stepping up and helping everyone. And then he comes around to being like, actually, shit, I am the chosen one that's meant to do this. So I took it to mean that is where a lot of divine masculines are getting to, is this is on me. Like, I've got to go and do this. I've got to do it for myself. I've got to do it for other people. Something like that. But then it was interesting because before I was like I was in my bed, I think it was before I fell asleep, I had this random notification about King Arthur and the Holy Grail. Like, it's some sort of history thing. And I thought, and also I was like the first person to see it, to like it. And I always feel that means something. That happens a lot with me when I'm like, just felt like it was a personal message for me. So, do you know what I mean? But it's either that or it's for me to deliver here, because it won't just be for me, it'll be for others. But there's just real huge synchronicities keep coming through about King Arthur. And then and also remember, the sun is about to shift into Pisces season, and Pisces is past lives. So, and I'm so excited, by the way. Listen to me geeking out. Like, I won these past life cards that I've wanted for ages. And it's because you can get the cheapy knockoff versions on eBay and Amazon and all that, right? And actually they're kind of cute because they're a smaller size. But, I've said before, where possible, I like to buy the original because it just feels wrong to me. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mind paying more to buy the real one. Now, it's not to say that I got a couple of ones that aren't the real one. Yeah, I absolutely have. Like this one for a fact. That's, so again, I think it's all things intuitive if you want to go and buy but actually they're really big. Anyway, but whatever, So it's like I always say, right, so for me and anybody else that has bought the deck that is, well, really it's the knockoff ones. And again, like I said, and I didn't know when I got this, like I didn't realise it. I worked out after, I'm like, wait a minute, why is the back of that different? I always just say, like, please bless that creator with all that they deserve for putting that hard work. Something like that, you know what I mean? And it makes it a bit better than no giving a fuck. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be something to do with that, isn't there? Because I do just think it's really unfair. It's like all the YouTubers you see or on different platforms. Like, again, I'm only on here now, but I always see sometimes people that I watch saying someone's impersonating me on TikTok or Instagram or blah, blah, or all this kind of shit, or Facebook. And it's kind of like there's, a lot of that's going to go on because Neptune's in Pisces. It's, the shadow side of that is copying and imitating and confusion and illusion, and there's a lot of that, like all this stuff with all the query. I'm shuffling these cards now though, so they must have wanted me to grab them for a reason. I wonder if this is going to pick up on some of those songs, because these are the really deep ones. Right, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so basically past lives. I'm really excited to get those cards because they're Doreen Virtue and Brian. Are they Doreen Virtue actually? No, they're Brian. Anyway, you'll know the ones that I mean. So I'm excited to get them, and so I might bring back some of bring back the past lives, because I meant to do that for a whole week and I only ended up doing like 3 of them, but it seemed like people really loved them. And then it kind of fits with what I'm going on about today with the King Arthur stuff. So, and it's just, I just feel that this is how this year's going. I just feel so many more people are awakening to the fact that the past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously. I mean, I've known this, I'm not going to say the whole time, but I mean, I have really. I've had an awareness of this before I knew what to call it. But being a shaman, this is what I help people do. And like, that's why it's kind of, when people say you can't change the past, you can change the past. You can change the brain chemistry around it. I do it all the time with people in sessions. And it does change your life, because if you're acting from a wounded place, which is very apt with Chiron, the wounded healer, or the empowered healer, if you've done a lot of healing around a certain bit. But Chiron, the wounded healer, conjunct the North Node, your destiny, your future, or hopefully your present if you're acting from your North Node in Aries, is about that. You know what I mean? It's about it's right. I mean, and that's happening right now. It's like it's going to be highlighting where your wounds. So you could be struggling right now with a certain part of your life, or if struggling isn't the word you choose, like you could just be feeling a bit sensitive, or you could be being like, you know what, actually, shit, this thing that would have really bothered me once upon a time, I'm actually feeling a lot stronger and more empowered. And I hope that everyone would say that, because that's what this channel is. My intention is like, you know, to get you into inner union before you're even thinking or mentioning twin flame physical union, although of course everybody does, because it's until you learn to really detach from it, you're going to want that as it reaches 21 minutes, which is you know, the world card, some karmic lessons complete, full circle. It always, not always, but it's 21 reminds me of my twin, so it's whatever it means to you. But it's so even look at that, like even that has meaning, because of what I just said. Like, I just said about focus on inner union before you focus on the twin flame physical union in the person. But then when you detach, and then I saw my twin flames, not just number, it was actually the, you know, the full birthday number. So it means that when you let go and you detach, as we put the yin yang back in the picture, that is when these things come about. But if you hang on desperately, you know, they don't. And then look, the time is 411. So, and then I've also wrote down there as well, 144 backwards. Obviously you got that though. I also caught 8 Mile. I only caught, no, I didn't actually, I watched all of it. Yeah, no, and I hadn't watched it for years. And I was obsessed with Eminem when I was younger. Like, I really fancied him and I loved his music. Now, don't ask me about Real Time, because I don't think that isn't even him. So just don't even get me started on that. And the thing is, isn't that funny? Like, I know, because I can feel that. That's my Blu-ray soul that can feel things like that. Like, I just can feel the truth more. That's the thing. I can feel it. I can see it. I can feel it. And it's like, yeah, I don't care what you say. That is not. It's like, I haven't heard this song on the music channel or the radio or anything, but I mean, I don't really watch the music, unless I'm guided to put the music channel on randomly, which I haven't done for ages. I would only ever see it come up on YouTube. But anyway, I saw a song that said something about I love you, so that's going to be a message. There is a card in this that says that. And it was Adele and Eminem, but it looks nothing like the two of them, and it just seemed a bit creepy, to be honest. So go and look at it yourself and see what I mean, but that is not the same guy. Not the same guy. Right, so we can tell we're in my North Node because I'm full on detective mode. So yeah, I said that all right. So I've put Jesus here as well. So I can't explain this, so I'm not even going to try, but I might pause it and try and find some of my decks that have got Jesus in it. I mean, it's not even that. It's not even that unusual, is it? Because I say pretty much nearly on every video or when it arises that I do work with Mary Magdalene and Jesus every day. But like, seriously, whatever happened in my dreams last night, like, it was a message from Jesus. Like, there's just no other way to put it. But can I remember what the message was? No, I can't put it in words. It was like I was just being given messages, and then I feel they'll come out in this. So I feel it's probably going to be clarity, piecing together all these things that I'm saying. Is probably going to be something to do with the twins, and you hear that divine feminine or divine masculine about that these energies are working closely with you. Okay, right. So there's something. So before the cards come out, there's this. Like I said, this video is this video is going to go ping pong all about the place, because it's the very last chaotic anorect degree of Aquarius Sun, which is unpredictable, expect unexpected, and it's also, I think it's strongly activating my galactic self. So just if you can keep up, great. Like I said, I'm surprised at how animated I am in this, because that's not. It just actually shows me how much like I was channeling the energy of the people that are feeling fed up, because I'm feeling pretty great when I'm doing this now. So, and that wasn't how I was feeling before. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, fuck, am I going to be like this all month? And I think there is an element of that. Like, you know, I think I'm going to be really tuning into people that aren't feeling too good, feeling quite sensitive. And I think that's why I'm not wanting to work with live sessions as much. But like I said in the post, if we've already had some correspondence about doing a session and we haven't had it yet, I'll do them. But obviously I'll need to check in with the days that I'm feeling good to do it. Probably a fire moon. Because that's the thing, Pisces, I might change my mind completely on this and only have a couple of weeks of quiet, because Pisces is great for digging, for my Pluto digging in deep to certain stuff, but I am just going with what I'm guided to just now, which is take a bit more quiet time than usual. But yeah, I did pull a card earlier randomly that was about, you know, it says she knows. So so she, you know, we're not going to make she a he in this equation, right? So this is only going to be appropriate if, so you could be a same-sex couple and it's a she, a karmic that's a she, either a romantic or a family member. I think it's really only going to be a family member or a romantic, unless it was a friend that was like really codependent that thinks they've got some kind of hold over you, which isn't that unusual actually. Or you could obviously be straight, so that's the only thing I could work out yet. So either you're a guy that's got a woman and she knows, or you're a woman that's got a woman, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's something about karmic energies knowing about the connection that you've got with your twin flame, if this is for you, and something about, like, you know, however they know, like, you know, it's just it's this kind of feeling of like, how could they not know, because how the divine masculine is acting, or perhaps there has been some kind of evidence of this. So that more sounds like, you know, if a partner has come across something or caught somebody watching, I don't know, watching something or looking at old pictures of you guys, videos, or I don't know, something like that. It's kind of reminding me of that scene in that film, A Good Person. Or it could be like, you know, like a female figure, like say like a family member, like a mum or a sister or something that doesn't approve and has got strong opinions. Or like I said, like it could be a friend that's got too much to say. But there's something about that. But so I feel whoever connects with that, like this person is really excited to move forward with you if you're the twin flame. But they need to let go of this past first, or they need to. So if it's a romantic connection, that's obvious. Somebody doesn't want to start something up before they finish something. If it is, oh, I didn't say that, they're just reminding me, that could also be like an ex, like someone that isn't with someone but they're still causing issues. Which again, that is just, it's, I know it's not right, because it's like, well, what the fuck has it got to do with them if you're not with them anymore? But I think we can all think of reasons why, you know, when kids are involved, people can control people in that way, manipulate the situation. And just point blank, there doesn't even need to be kids involved. Some people are fucking crazy. Like, there's no other way to put it. Some people get obsessed and don't want to accept the fact that it's over, and they'll make your life hell. I've helped people with this. You know what I mean? I've had it in my own fucking life, to be honest. No, thank Christ, not for a very long time. But, you know, I've felt when you're not meant to be with someone and they're still, their energies around you, like, no, and I'm not, that's not twin flame stuff, that's karmic stuff, where it's somebody thinks you still belong to them when you fucking don't. Do you know what I mean? So, in fact, I'll tell you how powerful it is. I don't know why they're getting me to say this, but I remember once I was actually at my friend's in another country and I was reading a book about soulmates. And to this day, I've never been able to fucking find this book. I've never been able to find it online or find it in my house, and it's so annoying. Can't remember what it's called. Like, I mean, I want it for myself. I'm not doing that annoying thing where people say that and they can't, like, I genuinely can't, right? Like, but it was like, it was something in the book where it was like, you know, it was like a cut in the cords from the person. And long story short, I done this and I was beside my friend at the time, and I, you know, I was telling her about the book, and so I cut the cords, and as I done that simultaneously, like somebody actually was at my flat, and I had a flatmate at the time. They were ringing my buzzer, you know, like, and I wasn't there, I was in another country, like I was at my friend, but that's how real it is, that when you decide to cut off somebody's energy, you can't cut the cords from your twin flame. That actually can make you kind of feel quite unwell and it won't work anyway. But when it's a karmic, you can, and they'll feel it. And that was, so it was like literal proof that this is real. And think about it, that's like long before I stepped into my official professional healing and everything. But it's, I was, you know, that energy's always been within me. And but it's just, they're getting me to say that energy is real. So, and actually, a beautiful positive example of that, although that is kind of positive, but is like yeah, somebody had said to me recently, like someone that I'd done a session with like a few weeks ago, not long ago, had noticed a palpable shift in energy. Like, you know, there was evidence of karmic energies around them that seemed happier, and that's how real this is. Amazing, you know, and that's how real it is. It's amazing, and that's why when you do a personal session with me, although like I said, it's clearing dark energy. It's, you know, another word for the stuff that I do is deliverance. It is it's pretty rough, you know, it's pretty rough. And again, I don't even go into the full details with the person unless it feels like people understand it and they, you know, they battle this stuff, warfare and that themselves, and you know, they've got more of an understanding, then I could go into more detail. But a lot of the time it's not wise to, you know, basically but what they're just reminding me is that time I just said when somebody came to my door when I'd cut the cords, then the medium that I had a reading with that came to my house not long after, she actually, I didn't tell her anything about that, and she was actually like, you know, I'm being told that somebody came to your door, like, you know, trying to contact you, and she actually said the name. It's like, honestly, I was fucking mind blown, man. So obviously I'm not mind blown now because it's what I can do too. Like I said in personal sessions, it's not uncommon for me to get the name of either your twin flame, karmic energies. Yeah, and I'm very like the women that read me at that time, but at the time it blew my fucking mind, and it would still blow my mind now if another medium done that for me and they didn't know. Anyway, so wow, look at that! I was shuffling them the whole time, and that's the one that's came out. Oh, it's getting juicy. It's getting juicy, right? So, see how that fits with what I was just saying. It was my fault, but I blamed you, and I want to tell you how I feel. My life is not together, it seems. There is something, this is, so again, if this is not your story, it's not your story, but this is a message to help someone today where I feel you or your twin flame have covered their own back by putting the blame on you. But I feel there's regret about it now. Now, it could, like I said, it could have been saying it to their partner, it could have been saying it to their family, it could have been saying it to their friends, it could have been saying it to all those people. But this was clearly a runner that was in denial, a divine masculine, regardless of gender, and it's not a coincidence, it's 33 minutes in, which is my divine masculine sign. It's Jesus energy, it's forgiveness. And look at what we're saying about Jesus. So yeah, so I won't pull too many of these cards, but let's just put them there to remind me. The timing wasn't right for us, but I want to feel that way again. So it's like whenever you've originally connected with this person, it wasn't the right time. So maybe, you know, whoever this is for, maybe you've met somebody like when they're married or in a long-term relationship, or maybe you were just too young and somebody wanted to live that player life. Maybe you both wanted to live, you know, I don't know about player life, but you wanted to be single, you know, independent. Wasn't the right timing. Oh, they're telling me to do that thing where I build upon the cards. Okay. Right, so the songs that came on, right, so this ties in as well. So the song came on unsteady, right as I was getting a message about that, some of the stuff that I just said. And there's a bit in that where he says something about, I can't remember how is it, mama, and then he says something about daddy. So it's like something about mum and dad, so parents could be an issue here. Then Iris came on, Goo Goo Dolls, that was my favourite when I was younger. The whole song to me just speaks about somebody wanting to show you who they are. I just want you to know who I am, kind of thing. Somebody that's been hiding, wanting to show themselves. And then Only You, Parson James came on. And, that song came on. It's another one that probably came on Love Island or like a music show I've been watching at some point. But I've wrote down, I need your love and I don't care about much else. I'm going to get myself back home to you. It's like, I need your love. Na, 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 na. And it's basically, yeah, I just clicked my fingers. I was getting into it. But you know what I mean? It's like, only you. It's basically about like only you can give this person what they need right now. You don't care about much else. That could also be sexual, but I mean, it's meant to be. You just listen to the words. Like it really could be though. Like seriously, because I spoke about sexual healing and all that as well. Like it could be that like this person is not satisfied by anyone else. So even if they do actually have sex with someone, it's just not, the connection's not there. Kind of reminds me of a lot of, there's specific houses in astrology that I have identified that if you have that energy in that house, that you can have a real difficult time being satisfied, because you need that emotional connection and intimacy. So again, if that is even ringing slightly true with you, it'd probably be wise to book the big full shebang psychic astrology empowerment, which is a bigger investment, but it's worth it because it's really, rather than seeing that as a session, it's a package. Because if you can't sit for hours to, like if it's too much or if you've got other stuff on, then I can do it on different days. But it's the one that everyone says, changed their life and empowered them and all that. Again, it's yeah, I've got some amazing reviews about that. But if you've had that with me already, you can do the astrotherapy session, which basically that is like it's an hour session where I'll just home in on the transits that are sticking out to me in this moment. So I won't go into your whole chart, but I'll look and see what's sticking out at me in the moment. Now I can still do that with you if you haven't had the big one, but you're just going to want more. It's just the fact, I mean, it's because it's once you start hearing about all of that, it's like, oh my god, tell me more, sort of thing. So it's yeah, anyway. I think definitely with the Chiron conjunct the North Node right now, that's why I feel, if somebody did want to do the astrotherapy, like I would do that with you, to sort of show you where it is and stuff. I mean, you could look up yourself, but that's the thing. It's like, it's the way much like I dive deep with all my different skills and talents. Yeah, it's not, I don't read a chart like anyone else does, you know what I mean? I'm channeling, healing and clearing and doing the soul of it as I'm looking at the chart. So, and then a song called, oh yeah, then the song at the end, the Magic Mike's Last Dance came on, the one that's like, if I'm calling you late at night, don't be afraid, na 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 na, if you're lonely, if you're lonely. So I felt that was kind of a bit of a hint that like someone might be getting a call late at night and don't freak out kind of thing. And then Say You Won't Let Go, James Arthur came on, and then Fall, what does that say? Fall Do Hard. I think it's Fall So Hard, and it's just by someone called Christopher. I've no idea why that's on there. Probably another Love Island one. But it was actually quite nice lyrics when I looked at the lyrics. And then I'm like, oh, is that a song? Then I've wrote Dishwasher Blocked Feelings. Yeah, so that's all the things that have come at me last night tonight. That there is something about someone's feelings being either trying to block their feelings or blocked feelings, repressed feelings that are bobbing back up to the surface now. And I feel it might be destabilising you or your twin flame if this is for you. And again, if it's got anything to do with what I'm picking up on here, it may be because someone is literally still with someone else, or because they've created a bit of a mess by telling other people that you were the problem when you weren't. Okay, so I've now picked up the mixed emotions cards. What have we got here? I want to tell you how I feel. So what is the emotion that's going on with this divine masculine that wants to tell their divine feminine how they feel? I just looked at 39 too, so that could be you or your twin's age or approaching age, or it doesn't need to have anything to do it at all, but they dragged my eyes to it. Right, so guilty, shit. Blameworthy, responsible and not at fault, guys. How freaky is that when I've just fucking said that? And the next one as well is, it was my fault, but I blamed you. Sorry, this is when I laugh out of nerves. And the fact that it's like, look, it's like a dog that feels like it's done something wrong. Like when they've just chewed your slipper. Oh, that is actually, look, that is the analogy. I didn't even see the slipper, which is really funny because the last person I had a session with will absolutely piss herself. But I was channeling something, and I'm not going to say exactly everything that happened, right? But it was funny. Like, I was channeling something, and I knocked the candle over, and the candle wax fell all the way over my slipper. So it's still on my slipper, and it's on the carpet. So if anyone knows how to get candle wax off the carpet, could you tell me right now? I know I could Google it, but it was. I knew it would make a mess if I'd done it when it was still just happened. But it's just made me laugh because I keep taking the slipper off to get the parcels because I'm like, that just does not look right. So too funny. Anyway, so there's somebody that wants to tell you how you feel and they're feeling guilty. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Give us a card for that. Oh shit. Right, I'm going to actually need to end this. This must just be a quick message for someone in this situation because it's now, the phone's going to cut off. Comforted, right. There's that. Reassured, consoled, nourished. Like this person, although they're feeling guilty, or you might be this person feels extremely comforted, and you really do heal their inner child. They connect with you at night. My life is not together as it seems. Desperate, frantic, out of control and in need. But it did come out reverse, so I feel somebody's been in that desperate sort of energy. It feels like kind of needy. Ah, right, it's this message again. Right, so what they're saying to me is this divine masculine has ran because it's that card that says, I was too needy of you and I didn't want to appear weak. It's like someone did not want you to see how strong they felt for you. So they've basically avoided you. It's basically, right, so a lot of you will know this, but if you're not aware of this, I can talk more deeply about this in a session or, basically in a session, but I'll say it now. It's like, if your fear is greater than your desire, so say somebody really desires you, say this is the divine masculine twin flame that loves the fuck out their divine feminine, right? Which they all do. But if their fear is stronger than the desire, it's fight or flight, it'll win. And so this is why a lot of people will ghost you and run. But again, you have to use your own common sense and kindness to yourself. That's why I always say, if somebody is treating you like you don't matter, treating you like you don't exist, or they've suddenly went from caring a whole lot to not giving a shit, then you can only go by their actions and just you focus on you, heal your shit. Because we know this is a twin flame journey, it's not quite the same as if that was anyone else. If anyone else was treating you like that, it's a different situation and it's not healthy. But same with if it's your true twin flame, it's like you don't act desperate and needy and like, but please listen to me, we're soulmates, we're twin flames. Like, don't do any of that shit. I've never done any of that shit with mine. You know what I mean? Like, I've teach people on here, and then if he's been guided to find me doing this on here, then well, the jig's up. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I just not, whether you call it too proud or whatever, I'm grateful that I had that in me. It's like, I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with me. But it's very different and complicated, and you can feel that that's not the truth. And that's where it is different with twin flames. So, but you still go by how the person's acting. Love yourself. The timing just wasn't right for us. So this person's life is kind of falling apart, but they're coming out of that destabilised energy is what I'm going to say. They've kind of getting a bit more grounded energy. The timing wasn't right for us. Unfulfilled. Look, there's that guy again. Now, wait a minute. Was that on the one I done for me? Or was that on the one... I think it might have been on... I think I will publish that. Anyway, but... yeah. This person feels unfulfilled, dissatisfied, incomplete, purposeless. This person could have all the money in the world. They could have a whole load of people around them, but they're really missing you if you're the divine feminine. The timing wasn't right then, but it's like something's aligning in this person's life. I mean, this could even look like your twin flame. Doesn't look like mine. He's no good looking enough. But I want to feel that way again. And of course, your divine masculine might be a woman. I just looked at, oh, four, all the fours together. Shit, where did that card go? For God's sake, there it is. Oh, look. Magical. I want to feel that way again, and the card is receptive. We love it. And also, by the way, the phone is going to just cut itself off, so whatever this message is, it's... Actually, it does feel like the message is done, doesn't it? Somebody's worked on... Somebody's feeling guilty because they've obviously basically put the heat on you for whatever to get the heat off of them, right? You really heal their inner child. Your inner child's connect. A bit like that thing I mentioned all the time about sculpture, with the adults facing away from each other, like kind of fuck you vibes, but the inner child of the adults are reaching out to touch each other. Because twin flame relationships are very playful when they're at their best. This person's life is falling apart in a way, but it's falling apart so that better things can fall together. So that could have real serious implications of marriages breaking down, engagements, long-term relationships. But it could just not, it doesn't need to be really, really dramatic. It could just be like, this person isn't happy. Like maybe shit just isn't going right in the bedroom either, and the person feels it. You know, maybe the other person's like, you're just not with me, like you're somewhere else. And the person is. They want to feel that way again about you, if you're the divine feminine. Receptive, open, accepting, welcoming. So I really do feel that this is like, whatever all of this means to someone, it's like this person's more open to feeling that way again because it's the right time. I just love that it's, I want to tell you how I feel, and I want to feel that way again. It just wasn't the right time. And one more card. Trust. Reliant, interdependent, and certain. So look at this, it's trapeze artist, and isn't it funny that it's two? So I really do feel, and I feel that as an extra wee hint to some same-sex couples, because I know I've got like a lot of same-sex couples out there that watch, so but it can be, you know, anyone watching, but I'm just noticing, I think, is it two men? Oh no, wait a minute. It isn't, but I mean, that message still, it's actually a man and a woman. So whatever, same-sex couples or a man and a woman, but it's like these two people are trusting and want to take a leap of faith, and because they feel safe. Yeah, this is basically, right, so if you watch my inner child soul retrievals a lot, which arguably all of them are that, but specifically the one that had the inner child written it about the throat chakra, or if you've done that with me on your own, your twin is really feeling comforted by that, secure, sheltered, and protected. It's basically really helped them, and it's helping them be more receptive to the love. Worried, concerned, troubled, and uneasy. But now that they are more receptive to love, I can feel that this person is worried and confused as part of their spiritual awakening, that they've left it too late. They're quite stressed and exhausted as well. Fatigued, drained, spent, tense, strained, under pressure. By the way, these two cards were ones that came out in the one I done for myself. So a lot of the twins are in this place, but compassionate, empathic, caring, and sympathetic. Someone's feeling quite lonely and ashamed, unworthy, disgraced, humiliated, isolated, alienated, and friendless. I mean, well, that's quite strong. Like, look, so that is a very strong message. Somebody really is moving away from a friendship group, or maybe the friendship group's turning on them in some kind of way. I hope not, but that is what I'm getting here. And look, startled, astonished, shocked, surprised. That could be the last degree of Aquarius sun, like spontaneously awakening someone. Like, fucking hell, I get it. It's quite funny because that's like that man sad, and now it's like he's like, wait a minute, I know who my twin flame is. I know what this is all about. And now I feel happy. I feel tiny bit blissful, joyful, and content. Look, I know who I love. Intimate, passionate, and committed. So I'm going to pounce. This is the one from yesterday because I'm fucking longing about them. And they're the only one that make me creative and passionate and want to do something about it. Yearning, wistful, homesick. And then look, see the picture. There is something about a picture here. I swear to God, somebody's divine masculine has found them looking at a picture, looking at a video, something like that. I hope that's all they found them. Sorry, interested, fascinated, inquisitive, curious. Yeah, so it's the same message. The tiger's getting ready to pounce. Interesting. Someone was unsure, and they were discouraged by people around them. Dispirited, disheartened, deterred, uncertain, doubtful, and there was a lot of people confusing this person. You got to take personal responsibility, but now this person feels a lot peaceful because they've spent time alone, and I feel that fits in with what I said at the start. But yeah, they felt trapped. They were trapped in their own fear. Look, that's crazy. The tiger's trapped there, but now it's not. Wow. Imprisoned, cornered, and stuck. A lot of people around someone contributed to them feeling like this. Again, I'm not a fan of blame and shame and all of that, but that is a very strong, clear message coming through. And actually, it might cut off, so if it cuts off, it cuts off, but I just kind of want to shuffle these and see if we get, I've got a feeling we might get a hint to what, these cards are fucking massive. There's mini versions of this too. I wish I'd kind of, I don't know, maybe it shows up better, but they're fucking, look how huge they are. Can we get a message? Can we get a archetype? Like, who is this? To give someone an, because remember I said, so this might connect to the she knows thing. It might not though, it doesn't need to be, because it could be like a man around other people that are, but just whatever, just give us an indication. The riddle, fucking hell though.